How you doing, TI family? This is Reginald. I'm coming back. This is going to be the part 2 for my last video. But before I begin, I wanted to let my let my gang stalkers know, let my perpetrators know, and let my handlers know that no matter what you do, I'm going to keep recording my videos. I've already started and I'm going to continue. I know they sit here. There's a lot of people that say, be quiet, don't say nothing about it. But that's been going on too long. There's been a lot of people that's been basically taking a knee to what this government has been doing to us. Now, am I saying I'm against the government? No, I'm not saying I'm against the government. But when you try to take advantage of your own people, that was born here, that's citizens here, this is totally unconstitutional. So then that's when I have an issue with it. And no, I'm not going to be one of these people that sit around and be quiet and not say anything, because I like living. I like to enjoy my life as long as I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not out, like I've said before, I'm not out here molesting kids. I'm not out here selling drugs. I'm not out here hurting people. I'm not out here killing people. What I'm doing, I go to work. I try to provide for my family. I try to treat people right. And then at that point, I'm a law-abiding citizen. There's no way that I should be on a program like this. And I'm pretty sure it's many more targeted individuals that's doing the same thing. So there's no way that you should be a part of a program like this. Now, with that being said, basically what I wanted to talk about this time, I just wanted to look at what makes a person be picked as a targeted individual and what doesn't. Now, one thing I noticed since I've been watching these YouTube videos, and like I said, my mother went through this. Now, one thing that I noticed is a lot of these individuals that are picked as targeted individuals, they may be basically what you call the loners. The ones out here that don't have a lot of friends. The ones out here that like to stay to themselves. The ones out here that basically like to spend a lot of time at home by themselves. That's how a lot of targeted individuals are picked. Now, it seems like everybody is trying to say what's normal behavior. Now, if you're someone that likes to stay to yourself and don't like to be around a lot of people, does that make you unnormal, not normal? Basically, it doesn't. That just may be one of your personality traits. That, hey, I'm a loner. I like to be by myself. I like to move by myself. I like to make my own decisions. I don't like to follow the crowd. So that's basically how some of these targeted individuals are getting picked. Because, okay, this person is a loner. He doesn't have a lot of friends, so we can test this electronic weapons on him. We'll see how he or she reacts to gang stalkers, perpetrators, and handlers. And we don't have to, at that point, we don't have to worry about any feedback. We don't have to worry about anybody knowing about it. So basically, he or she is by themselves, and we can do what we want with that individual. Now, with that, when you get enrolled in this program, then basically you need to figure out, how did they enroll you? Was it a family member? Was it somebody that you worked with? Where I noticed, like I said, I was in the military. So, was I already enrolled in this program when I joined the military? Or did I get enrolled in this program after I joined the military? Now, also, look at your family background. Look at your family situation. Some of your parents, or maybe even your grandparents, may have been enrolled in the early stages of this targeted individual program. They may have been in programs such as the MK Ultra, something like that. And maybe it continued on. Remember, with these doctors, with these psychologists, the main goal is data, the data line. So if I can enroll your grandparents in this program and they didn't know about it, I enroll your parent in this program, and then now I enroll you as being a targeted individual. Just think how much data that is for this program, how much data they can use, how much data they have. With these programs, these are the type of programs that can destroy a whole family. Also, when you look at it, just look at the different communities. All right. When you talked about this gentrification, this gentrification that's going on in places like New York, that's going on in places like Chicago, even in small towns like Alabama. Now, when you look at that, I'm not necessarily saying that all of those individuals that live in these areas are targeted individuals, but if you look at how they are doing you as being a targeted individual, who's to say that they won't use parts of these programs to go into a community, bring the frequency or the vibration within that community down so low, right? And then you end up producing a lot of crime, drugs, things like that. And then eventually, when it goes down so low, individuals are ending up dead. Individuals are ended up going to jail, imprisonment. And then next thing you notice, a lot of homes, people lose their homes, and then people eventually become homeless. So that's when you may have people that come in and you have this gentrification system. So if nobody's living in these homes are deteriorating, then at that time, various individuals can come in and start clearing out that community. These targeted individual programs, these MK Ultra programs, like I said earlier, they've been around from the 50s and the 60s. So just imagine it's 2019 now. Just imagine how much technology, how advanced this program is at this point. And then everybody is carrying the cell phone. It's so much thing you can do with your cell phone. Just imagine how far this program has went. Now that's just some things that this to think about, and that this program can be used for. Now, us as being targeted individuals, by us being on this program and knowing that you're on this program, that already tells you that you are awake. You have awakened to what's going on. So once you start to awake, you become a threat. Now, a lot of individuals that don't know about this program, right? Then you could consider those individuals as still being asleep. So when you tell them about it, of course they're going to act like they don't know, because their mind or their psyche, they have been basically shut off to what's going on. And there's a lot of individuals out here, maybe they're part of different organizations, different things. They know about the program, but they really can't talk about it. Because remember, with this program, one thing to remember is Big Brother is listening and watching all the time. These different associations or organizations, they have a lot of power at this point. The NSA, the CIA, the FBI, technology have really grown. So they're always listening. Anytime that you have your cell phone with you, then they can listen to anything that you're saying. Now with the algorithms, with the computer programs, they're picking up so many things. It's probably certain words that you say that will immediately alert the computer system or alert the algorithm system to focus in on that conversation. Who's to say? You never know. Now, basically, tonight I'm just giving you some things to look at. Now, with U.S. being a targeted individual, sit back and do some research or look at your family line and see, your family situation. Now, one thing to notice about these as being a targeted individual, a lot of us have came from very unstable homes, or you may have a parent that was unstable. You may have a parent that was on drugs. That's basically how another reason that you are picked as a targeted individual. It's almost like if you can take an individual that's already been in an unstable home, that's almost been already somewhat abused, then hey, we can take that person, and you're supposed to be someone that's easily controlled at that point. It's almost basically and I'm going to talk about the spiritual side now, it's basically how some individuals, it's basically how these different cults and these different organizations, how they abuse kids. They wanna pick someone that's innocent, someone who doesn't have a lot of experience with things. So at that time, they'll take that innocent person, abuse them, whether it's sexually or physically. Then it's almost at that point they're opening a door to other things. But that's more along the sides of the spiritual side, and I don't really want to go in depth. But continue to do your research, check that out. Now, back to us as being the targeted individuals. Now, sit back, look at your family line. Now, with this, like I said earlier, it's all about the data. So the same data that I used on one family, right, to destroy, generations, right? I could take that same data and use it on another family. Situations like that. It can be used repeatedly. All right? It can repeatedly be used to destroy another family, another individual. But that's just something to think about. But YouTube TI family, what I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop this video. Y'all have a blessed night. I'll talk to you later. Continue to make sure that you get rest. Continue to make sure that you're eating right. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Have a blessed night. Everybody have a good weekend. And then I'll talk to you later.